A question we get very often is what are the compliance issues around
Yes.
any Darwin provider informing their friends and family circle that they are available for purchase. And I think at this time I'd like to do a quick summary of those compliance issues. So um, let's start with a simple bit, which is what is the regulation around anybody providing a Darwin? So the regulation on that is the way we structure the Darwin contract is it's a contract, a three-way contract whereby there is someone, a customer of our broker, who requests to supply signals to an FCA regulated asset manager under a private contract whereby we, the regulated asset manager, purchase those signals, and we agreed to reward those on the basis of the success we achieve from those signals when selling them on to investors. Okay, so in that sense, the easiest way is to reassure people. It's like, think of what would happen if you published all your trades on Twitter, and whenever you place a trade on Twitter, just bought 3 lots euro dollar at this price, and this was my equity balance in my account. So in essence, what you're doing is that, but you've chosen to do that in a private channel, because with the Darwin, what we do is we put that in what we call the alpha core. We protect it in a bunker, and we charge success fees for any investors in our Darwin, and then we pay that out as part of our private contract. So there's absolutely no risk when
No relation between the
there's no relation.
manager.
The signal provider, because that's really what he is, he has no contractual relationship with anyone other than Darwinex. So that's the end of the story, and that covers any of the Darwins. Now, of course, when you bring up the fact that there's a Darwin that's informed by your signals in some circles, then we're talking about a different activity. You're no longer providing signals. At this point, you might be construed to be advising or referring or promoting investments, and that is a regulated activity. So where is the it's a regulated activity, and of course we are some of the first people in the world who make it so we remove so many barriers that we increase the number of people who can do this, supplying these signals, right? And that's where the questions come. So I think the key word I want people to note here is the term "by way of business." And there's a term like this in FCA regulation. It's also similar set up in the MiFID regulation when the Brexit, with the FCA and Brexit and the EU break apart. And so basically, the idea here is, as long as you're informing investors that you happen to share this signal and provide them with information for them to check out within your friends and family circle, so in a context where in a private circle where you haven't explicitly gone out to just do that, and the numbers, the rewards you get to make from this are small, then you're below the by way of business threshold. Okay, and because we can do some numbers here, so if you get to raise 200,000, 300,000 euros of investor commitments from your friends and family circle for that Darwin, the numbers are 300k. You make say 15% a year, and then earn a 20% success fee from that. It's kind of 3% on 300k. It's 10k. We're not really talking about something which could be construed as a business franchise.
Yeah.
We feel very confident doing this because above all, we're rewarding the signal providers only on the success that this provides. So there's no enticements whatsoever for volume in any way, shape, or form. So we will always be very happy to kind of see what the regulator says in this regard. But we think as long as things are within the private circle of a friends and family environment, we think this is perfectly safe. Okay, that's the.
What about providers talking about their Darwin in social media, on YouTube? What can they do?
So I think they can basically inform. So they can't start promoting investments. What they can do is inform that the track record is doing this, and that people can check that out in the Darwin exchange. That's as long
as
you.
Is it a good idea that they should add like a disclaimer that this is not investment advice?
By all means, yes, because it is not investment advice. This is basically saying, you could post on Twitter I've placed this trade and it's going up or it's going down, and my track record this year is up this much, and then here's a place where you can check it out for yourself. And then
Okay.
on that place, that track record happens to be available for sale by a regulated asset manager, which is us, and it's the investor's choice. Because at all points, remember, we will check from our end if the investment is suitable for the risk profile of the investor requesting this thing.
Yeah, that's
So
done
I think we're
during the
covering.
verification process.
Yeah, so we're certainly covering the letter of the regulation, but above all, we're covering the spirit of the regulation. Because let's remember, before this happens, the manager is investing his own funds. We will most likely also be investing in Darwinia, because let's face it, I mean, if you haven't landed a Darwinia allocation, chances are your track record is not very good. And then you're doing this with your friends and family circle. So we think this is a triple layer of commitment to doing the right thing and being fair and transparent, with which we feel very comfortable. Yes.
Okay, let's summarize up what we've just said about regulation, which is the Darwin checkout is to share your Darwin with your private circle. And if you do share it publicly, please make it clear that it's not investment advice.
I think that's a fair assumption, and when in doubt, ask. That's the other thing. We're doing these videos on an iterative basis, so we put this out. We do a quick first version to inform people. We collate everyone's feedback, questions, ideas, and so on, and gradually we'll improve these videos as we go along, so that everybody gets to enjoy them, and we make this a useful product for everyone involved. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.